right. I'm obviously supposed to be off this week, but obviously I needed to come back because I wanted to address Mr. President Donald Trump. He is obviously arrived at a moment, and I just wanted to, hopefully these words will get to him. So I'll just say that. Dear Mr. President Trump, I've always been a fan of gladiator movies. I have watched them all countless times. Everybody who watches this podcast knows that. And when I consider what it is that I am so drawn to, like, is it the actors? Is it the storyline? Yeah, in part, of course. Who could deny, like, the performance of Russell Crowe in the first film? But above all of that, the characters, the scripts, there sits this sort of incontrovertible truth that I am absolutely fascinated by, which is the fragility of empires, right? What is it ultimately that collapses an empire? What makes an emperor?
Sounds like Jang rhetoric, doesn't it? Hubris, okay? So what ends an empire? Okay? They get arrogant. They don't read the Bible.
Weak or an emperor strong? I think more to the heart of the matter, the question is, what is it that makes a king or an emperor feel threatened initially, right? The setup of every movie is always the same. You have the wealthy elites, the politicians perched above a coliseum.
She's been watching Jang, bro. Type 1 in the chat. Can you guys hear it? Can you guys hear it? She's been watching Jang. I give it 2 weeks before Jang pops up on the show. It should be a great show. And I do have Jang on Monday with Alexander Dugan, and Tuesday I have Jang and Morandi. Can you guys hear it? Yeah. You can tell.
Slaves fighting to their deaths beneath, all for their distinct entertainment, obviously. And then comes the inevitable narrative flip. Suddenly, the elites and their scribes and the senators, they perceive a threat. And when does that happen? That's actually not a rhetorical question, Mr. President. I know the answer. It is when a slave begins to command the crowd. Every single time, without fail.
Someone said who actually watched her stream. I watched her stream earlier. I was in the chat. I watched her sometimes. But she had like 87,000 viewers, bro. Those can stands go, the can stands go deep. Bro, she has a mob.
That's when the politicians begin to feel worried. And what is of particular interest to me about that moment is that the slaves, on their end, they never desire the seats of the politicians, right? They just want to have their most basic needs met. In most circumstances, they'd happily would serve some sort of structure of governance forever if their basic needs could be met, but it's proven to be a historical impossibility, right? Inevitably, we arrive at the moment of political extravagance.
Okay, can we get to the point, though? Angola. Well, there's got to be a shorter one. I don't have much time before I get up to Dan Bilzerian. Is there a clip? Do I have ADHD, chat? Do I have ADD, chat? 2 times speed? No, I don't have enough time before Jang. Was going to remain off the air about the week, but given Trump's glorious attack. Damn, she can remain off the air for a whole week? Candace Trump. Chat, can I take a week off? Yes or no? Can I take a week off? Here's the woman.
Only a fool or someone under the express direction of one could have thought to hit send on what you published on Truth Social last night. And I think that we should read it together.
I asked if I take a week off. Everyone says, no. And you guys don't do anything for me. There's a select few. Yesterday I saw 3 Diglets donated 25 gifted. I missed it. But like, you guys don't do anything. Do nothing. There's some ride or dies. The vast majority just sit here, enjoy the free content, they don't do anything. Nothing. Just sit, you know? 1 week. You know what? Maybe I'm just going to quit. Maybe this is my last stream ever. This is it. This is the last stream. Who else are you going to watch?
Mr. President, shall we? Okay, here's what you wrote. You wrote, I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon, because they have one thing in common: low IQs. They are stupid people. They know it, their families know it, and everyone else knows it too. Look at their past. Look at their record. They don't have what it takes, and they never did. They've all been thrown off television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because nobody cares about them. They are nut jobs, troublemakers, and they will say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. Now they think they can get some clicks because they have third-rate podcasts, but nobody's talking about them. And their views are the opposite of MAGA, or I wouldn't have won the presidential election in a landslide. Okay, let's park it there, right? Let's just chew on that portion right there first, because it is a stunning break from reality. Because I'll ask the question, do you have any idea why it was, Mr. President, that your old tweets, the sentences you used to say, which were typically definitely insults back in 2015, but do you ever wonder why they worked?
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't hit anymore. MAGA's dead. It's over. It's over and done.